And Kentucky State against UC Irvine has a tall task in front of them. This Irvine team, on their hand, AVCA All-American honors left and right. You know, between honorable mentions with Micah Goss, Shane Aiken, and just success through and through for the preseason number 6 team in the country. A lot of fun to watch them play. Moments away from first serve, it's the UC Irvine Anteaters in the navy blue jerseys and Kentucky State in the green jerseys. Well, UC Irvine with that win yesterday, led by Andre Jokanovic. 13 kills in a 429 hit clip as Harvard just struggled to find its footing against this team. Irvine hit 379, including a 400 clip over 2 sets, and tonight have all the talent to continue rolling and start out 2-0. T2 of the A6 Invitational final matchup, and straight to the middle, Trevor Clark lights the candle. Clark, who transferred from San Diego Mesa College, pieced together a 6.27 kills per set clip during his time. Now the 6'10" junior clearly getting poise in the middle. Back into rhythm. Clark once more. Gotta imagine Kentucky State will have trouble stopping that big middle blocker for UC Irvine. Trevor Clark with such size, and for Kentucky State, their largest player stands at 6'3", Charles Ababio. Tough serve to handle. Irvine by 3. Kentucky State lost in 3 to UC Santa Barbara just yesterday. It's a good Gaucho team that was able to pull out the victory. Kentucky State would find some scoring, but never enough to keep things interesting yesterday. Over the high hands, and Charles Ababio can't find it. It's a tough task to try and get things going against number 6 UC Irvine. Kentucky State will play 3 ranked teams this weekend at the 2026 A6 Invitational. Diving stab from William Darcy. Stojakovic, all money. Excuse me, Andre Jokanovic, check that. Eden Schulten back there, the redshirt junior. He runs the show for the Anteaters. Just rolled it over. That's Mika Wilmond who picked it up. Blocked at the net once more. That's William Darcy who got his hands on it. 6 straight points for UC Irvine. Keith Jones giving some notes here. Kentucky State trying to turn around this program, part of the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. Went 0-12 in SIAC play. Set to the outside. Anteaters block it once more. Trying to find Jackson Moffitt. A lot of young players on this Kentucky State team. Rotating through a whole heaping of freshmen, 7 of them to be exact. Anteaters up 8-0. Another big block for UC Irvine. Timeout taken by Kentucky State. Still looking to get on the board against the number 6 UC Irvine Anteaters. We'll be right back. We're in the first set at Robb Gymnasium. Final match of day 2 of the 2026 A6 Invitational. One more day to go tomorrow in a full slate of 3 matches. Kentucky State trails UC Irvine by 8 points to open things up. Aiden Schulten at the line. (9-0) UC Irvine. Make it 10. It's an ace for Schulten at the line. Aiden Schulten in his 4th season with the Anteaters, and Kentucky State is on the board. The service error with a much-needed side out for the Thoroughbreds. That brings Jackson Moffitt back there, the freshman out of Lubbock, Texas. Laced one over and handled well. Eaters earn it back, straight through for Trevor Clark. That brings Andre Jokanovic back to the line out of Cannes, France. Tied at the net. Eaters earn the point once more. That's just a bit out, nearly caught the line. Here's Miko Wilmond back there. Ropes one over and handled well in system. Oh, that's a lace from William Darcy. The AVCA honorable mention last year, showing off his physicality, a 6'10" senior out of Brisbane. Easy tap down. And in Curacao. Pardon, Kiriakou. Toronto native, making things look easy on the outside. Back to the center for Kentucky State, and they've got a kill. Jacob Herman fires one down. That's popped up and it stays alive. Rolled on over free. And Darcy goes into the net. Came up short. Thoroughbreds finding a little bit of life. Serve receive handled well by Brink. Too long. William Darcy, a member of the Australian senior men's national team back in 2022. He's got a lot of the volume for UC Irvine early this evening. Blocked and recycled through. That's piped back down. Micah Goss got his hands on it. It's an ace on the back row for UC Irvine. William Darcy fired one home. Little bit long. 16-6, UC Irvine in the lead, set number 1. Riker no boom on the serve. And that's fired back down. Micah Goss, the Santa Barbara native, he returns home, earns the kill. Goss, a Big West All-Freshman Team honor, an All-America Honorable Mention honor as well. Last year as a freshman when he led UC Irvine in blocks. 6th in the Big West in blocks per set. Goss there with Aiden Schulten. And then Kiriokow goes into the net for UC Irvine. And that's long. Back to Micah Goss. Goss from the stripe, leading 12. That's down. It's an ace for Goss. That's Darcy who lays out for it. Opposite end. Moffitt gets the kill. Jackson Moffitt earns one for Kentucky State. UC Irvine got out to an early 8-0 lead. Kentucky State trying to battle in this first set. Darcy powers one through. UC Irvine, who finished that 2025 season ranked number 5 last year, trying to start out 2-0 for the second straight season. Another big block in the middle. Trevor Clark making his presence felt. Last year at this event, Irvine swept through 3 teams, including Menlo, Tuscaloosa, and Missouri S&T. Dumped over and put right back where it came from. Andre Yakonovich takes care of the business. 15-point lead for UC. Back here to Santa Barbara. Second set between Kentucky State and UC Irvine. Anteaters took care of business through the first. It was 25-9 for number 6 UC Irvine in set number 1, which took less than 20 minutes to complete. Anteaters rolling here. Kentucky State coming off a sterling season in which they went 0-16 without a win in the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, while UC Irvine finished number 5 in the nation with a 21-7 overall record. Anteaters have a new look without All-Americans Ilir Heno Nolan Flex, Maxime Grigoriev, and Joe Carlos. Hanno, the National Player of the Year last season, ended his career with 255 aces. It tied an NCAA record. Back to Micah Goss. Goss tapped the tape and snuck it on over. Goss, the Santa Barbara native, flicks it high, lets it go. Caught the hands and a diving stab. Poked on back where it came from. Kentucky State cycles through. Moffitt swings free, no dice. And the kill from Jokanovic. Aiden Kiriakou drew the defender. Looked like he would go for it, and then stayed poised. Kept his feet flat. Served it on a silver platter from the opposite. Shows that versatility and patience. Back here to Jokanovic. Excuse me, Micah Goss. Trevor Clark fires one home. That first set, UC Irvine hit 500, while Kentucky State hit negative 333. Anteaters gave away quite some points in that set. Kentucky State pieced together just a couple of kills. That came up short. Between 4 service errors and 3 attacking errors for UC Irvine, that composed 7 of the 9 points for Kentucky State in set number 1. Thoroughbreds give one away. Schulten back at the line, rifled one over. An overpass put back down by Trevor Clark. And it's the Anteaters, 5-1. Blocked at the net. Jokanovic there with Clark. Look at the block formed. Clark shuts the door. Jokanovic there and turns it fair. Schulten rolls it over. Another block from Clark. To the opposite pin. Kept alive. Little wide on the swing. Haven't seen libero Shane Aitken tonight. His 3rd season with the Anteaters as an AVCA honorable mention last year. Get to see him in this action. Curious if he has the night off. That's punched up high. Kiriakou does a nice job to get there in time. Slowed down by the block. Jokanovic steers it fair. Trevor Clark unable to keep things straight. Clark tried to angle his hand to send it right back. Unable to do so. Communication a bit off. Riker Noteboom was there at the same time. He sent it long, and Irvine back with it. Noteboom, unable to punch it over. Both teams in action again tomorrow. UC Irvine opens things up in day 3 of the A6 Invitational with a matchup against Maryville at 2 p.m. Kentucky State plays CSUN at 4:30, while UC Santa Barbara and Harvard dominate the third day of the action with a 7 p.m. first serve. Timeout Kentucky State. The Irvine Anteaters have pieced together a 10-2 lead in set number 2. Anteaters up 10-2 in the second set after taking care of business handily in the first with a 25-9 finish. UCI hitting .464. That's a crushing laser beam, but Moffitt somehow popped it high enough for them to get it over. Darcy into the middle, and it's popped up once more. Just a bit long. Moffitt took a shot like a champ. Yeah, one thing this Kentucky State team has is heart, I'll tell you that much. Blocked right back down. Darcy there on the outside. You know what's funny? You look at these two teams, and UC Irvine has like a foot on each of the front row players for Kentucky State. They're grinding out here. Thoroughbreds, giving it their all. Caught the line. Jokanovic laced it to the seam. Between Trevor Clark, William Darcy, twin towers in the center, 6'10" apiece. Just rolled over. It's a diving stab, and it will drop. Kentucky State takes a timeout. Now it's the late game here at the A6 Invitational. Number 6, UC Irvine and Kentucky State. Anteaters handily took the first set. Now it's 14-2 in set number 2. Too many taps for Kentucky State, unable to punch that one over. Thoroughbreds not at full force either. They've struggled a bit in staying healthy early in the season. Great pickup from Noteboom. Ababio swings free. He's blocked, recycled through. Ababio over the hands. Overpass. And Jacob Herman can't put it away. There are signs of success from this Kentucky State team and Coach Keith Jones. They just have to piece together full points. Jokanovic, too long. And that sails out. UC Irvine 17-3. Now, you may be wondering at this point, who is Kentucky State University? Well, let's learn a little bit more about the Thoroughbreds. A public historical black land-grant university in Frankfort, Kentucky. It's about half an hour outside of where they race the Kentucky Derby. Hence the name Thoroughbreds. That's William Darcy on the kill. It was founded in 1886. And the school, well, it's known for its Pawpaw program. KYSU has the largest pawpaw research planting. That's the world's largest pawpaw research planting, as Kentucky State earns the point off the touch. Watch it again, Moffitt. And the research program was started in 1990, trying to develop pawpaw as the new tree fruit crop for Kentucky. It's the largest native fruit in the United States. It has very few diseases compared to orchard crops. So KYSU, the site of the world's largest pawpaw research plant. That said, trying to find prime time positioning in the men's volleyball landscape. Less than 2,000 undergraduate students. It's the second oldest state-supported institution of higher learning in Kentucky. And here, trailing 15 against UC Irvine in the second set. Oh, that's punched on through. That's Ryder Paha, the senior setter, who smokes it through the hands of Trevor Clark, or excuse me, Micah Goss, better yet. Micah Tomas. Redshirt freshman out of Atlantis, Florida. Came in as a setter, instead took matters into his own hands. Micah Goss. Just wide of the line. Andreas Brink checks back in. He shifts from outside hitter to libero. The 6'6" freshman from Denmark. Brink handles on the serve receive. Trevor Clark elevates well over the block and down. Poke down the line, Brink is there. Jokanovic, he converts from the outside. Andre Jokanovic, France's rising star, moved from U19 straight to the U21 battles. 17-year-old outside hitter who helped his team capture the boys' U19 World Championship. immediately moved to the U21 team. Jokanovic has been a star for quite some time. Out of Cannes, France. Now he and UC Irvine with set point. Tomas to close things out. Irvine on top 2-0 over Kentucky State. Headed to the third set in Santa Barbara. It's the late game of the A6 Invitational. We'll be right back. An All-American Anteater team that finished last season ranked 5th in the AVCA poll. Anteaters returning 3 starters in this Kentucky State group, creating a spark. First ever meeting between Irvine and Kentucky State. Thoroughbreds in search of their first lead of this evening. Back at it here. UC Irvine hitting .528 for the evening. But that said, it looks like the Thoroughbreds having more fun than the Anteaters. It was Moffitt on the serve. Trevor Clark slices one into the center. Anteaters by 1. Had to listen to the laugh from Jamal Gray. What is he supposed to do? Schulten. Moffitt sets it out of system. Stays with Kentucky State. Oh, quite a rally here before Darcy puts it away. Hey, UC Irvine won the first set 25-9. Second set went 25-7. 3-0 start for the Anteaters in the third. Just 5 kills this evening for Kentucky State as a collective. Many of the points that the Thoroughbreds have earned this evening have been off of Irvine errors. Much like that one from Schulten. Eden Schulten with his third service error this evening. Jalen Finch, too strong from the back row. Crushed down again. Ababio got it back, tracked it down. Sliced back to Darcy. His quick hands pumped it through. UC Irvine, 6-1. Jokanovic. Schulten dots it outside. It's punched right back. Willman recycles. And Jameer Patterson buries the kill. The big back to Patterson. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Just snuck it over. Kiriakou earns the kill for UC Irvine. Third season with the Anteaters. Kiriakou represented Canada at the U19 Beach Volleyball Championships, the 6'2" junior. That brings Trevor Clark back there. He's into the net. Pretty unhappy about it as well. Nearly cut the corner. It was a bit wide. Popped up high. That was Riker Noteboom. Noteboom got it back, swung through high hands. Schulten dots it back through Darcy, who graces it through a diving stab. Noteboom can't punch it over. Jamal Gray had a chance to pick things up. That's clean as Moffitt dumps up for Noteboom. And UC Irvine continues to score at will. Moffitt just found himself out of plays, tried to retreat. Now William Darcy. Just couldn't punch it over. Ababio hits a home run. Timeout, Kentucky State. It's Irvine by 9 in set 3 in search of the sweep. Kentucky State trails UC Irvine. It's been all Anteaters in this matchup. Day 2 of 3 at the 2026 A6 Invitational. Kentucky State Thoroughbreds. From Frankfort, Kentucky, travel in to take on this Anteater team in a neutral site matchup. Anteaters looking to start 2-0. Kiriakou buried it to the corner. Just poked over as Jamal Gray tried to handle on the serve receive. It's another ace for UC Irvine. For William Darcy, that's his second ace this evening and the 10th of the day for the Anteaters. Skied all the way up there to the ceiling. Noteboom, too long. Darcy again. Patterson tried the finesse. Keith Jones wants to take another timeout for Kentucky State. UC Irvine, 9 points away from finishing this sweep off in Santa Barbara. Two more timeouts left for Kentucky State. The Thoroughbreds trailing 13 in the third set. Another ace for William Darcy. Anteaters starting to run away with this one. Darcy has yet another. Moffitt flicks it back, and Gray pumps it over free. Schulten. A diving stab from Gray, but that hit the floor. Kiriakou earns the kill. UC Irvine 5 points away. At this point, I don't think it's an exaggeration to say Kentucky State would need quite literally a miracle to save them from this Irvine sweep. That's a start. Darcy goes into the net as Kentucky State sides out. No boom, gives it right back. Now it's Andon Kiriakou. He earns the ace. Over 12 aces now for UC Irvine this evening. Poked through and kept alive by Moffitt. Gray bumps over to Moffitt. Missed the corner. Moffitt tracks it down. Patterson tries to punch it over. And UC Irvine has match point. Andon Kiriakou, match point Anteaters. And Kentucky State will live just a little longer. Jacob Herman to serve things away for the Thoroughbreds. Kiriakou sets up. Jokanovic finishes things off. And number 6, UC Irvine wins in 3. The final. First set 25-9, second set 25-7, third set 25-5. The Anteaters of UC Irvine open 2026 2-0. Kentucky State 0-2. For day 2 of the A6 Invitational and our championship crew here for